Hey everyone, it's Katie Muller at Remax of Boulder. And lately I've been getting some questions about how I started my real estate journey. So it's kind of a funny story I thought I would share. Let me paint the picture for you. Young Katie living in San Francisco, 25 years old, living out of a shoebox and paying a ridiculous amount in rent. But despite the fact that my dad was a realtor, I really wasn't thinking about buying a home, probably because the cost of real estate in San Francisco is extraordinary. It's some of the most expensive, if not the most expensive in the country. So that was obviously not going to happen, especially when I was living on my hourly wage. But then one day, my ex-boyfriend texted me, and I was expecting the whole I miss you, losing you was the best thing that, or losing you was the worst thing that ever happened to me. The kind of stuff you hear a million times. I'm just kidding. But this time it was a little bit different. It felt like he had some news to share with me, and it was more of a life event that he seemed to rub in my face. But I found out he had purchased his first rental property, at least 80% of it technically. So I, of course, asked him where he bought it, knowing that San Francisco is likely out of his range. And he told me that it was in Colorado, where it was from, funny enough. We kept talking, and he said that he had someone managing it in the area. And eventually, I asked how he heard about the opportunity. Bet you're not going to guess who was his realtor. Drum roll, it was my dad. Yes, my own father investing in a property with my ex-boyfriend and not a word about it to me. So as weird as that was, and I'll tell you, it sure was weird, but it did light a fire under my butt. And that day I called my dad, I still remember it vividly, and I blurted out that I want to buy an investment property. But as soon as I blurted that out, of course, my brain retracted that statement and shook me back to reality. I had no money for something like that. I'm barely living paycheck to paycheck in San Francisco, but I let my desire be known. And my realtor dad suggested that I save $5,000 and invest in a place with him. So soon enough, I owned the equivalent of a bathroom in a property in Colorado. And every month I'd get $25 in a check form, and that was a share of the profits from the renters. And those $25 checks were the best checks I've ever earned. I'd only buy fun things with them, like shoes or clothes, and I'd save up a couple months' rent profits, and I would just have fun with it. And it just felt really good to have something that was passive income. So I continued to save after that, and eventually I was able to trade that $5,000 investment towards part of an investment in a rental property all of my own, located in Lafayette. It did need some renovations, some serious ones, so I was in the hole with that one for a couple of years. But since then, the property value has increased generously, and it has made it all worth it. But while that was happening, I was still living in California. And after 5 years in the Bay Area, it was time for me to come back home to Colorado. I really missed it. And once back, I continued renting. And it hurt, throwing thousands of dollars away each year, just out the window. And I realized it was time I bought a place of my own and a home to live in. And my realtor had just the place, a brand new build just outside of Denver. I got to pick the finishings and watch the home be built before my very eyes, so it was very exciting. And while it was being built, I saved and I saved. I was very nervous about the price tag, and 20% down seemed almost unachievable as a single woman. But I'm proud to say I buckled down. I forewent vacations, I skipped on spending, and at last I closed on a beautiful home, something I never thought I would be able to do when I was living in San Francisco. So there you have it. That's my story to how I got into real estate and how I started investing. and I know I'll continue to buy investment properties throughout the years. In my opinion, there's no better way to see your money grow. So with these experiences, along with my real estate license and professional market knowledge, I'd love to help you join the Investors Club. So give me a call. My information is below, and be sure to like and subscribe for more informational real estate videos. Thanks.